I started about 4 years ago, came here on a tour on Heritage Week, and I've been ringing ever since, and I love it. I'm hooked.
We were looking for something different to do. I was like, oh, I'd love to see the bells in St. Pat's. So we came up, there was a group of us, and we got to watch and listen to the band ringing the bells. And this lovely lady came over to me with a clipboard, and she asked me, would I like to ring the bells? And I never in a million years thought that coming up and watching and listening to the bells, that I could be a bell ringer. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. And I started coming on the Saturday mornings to the practice, and I've been hooked ever since. It's one of the best decisions I ever made.
Like historical things, I guess it was the people. Everybody was so friendly and encouraging. So even though I was banging away at a dreadful rate, everybody encouraged me.
I've always enjoyed the element of challenge and development and discovery, and I always enjoyed the mental stimulation of it.
It's just such an unusual thing to be doing, and I just find the social side of it is great, and the satisfaction I get from knowing when I've done it a little bit right, maybe, it's great. So I'm looking forward to learning a lot more.
Oh, I just love the challenge and the sense of achievement, and then meeting all the other bell ringers.
I love talking about it with people, because usually the reaction that I get from people, when I say, oh, I'm a bell ringer, and it's like, you're a what? And then I explain to them what it is, and people are really fascinated, because I think most people think that they're automatic, and they don't actually realise that there's people here ringing the bells, every Sunday, and it's fascinating. I love it.
It was lovely to come to St. Patrick's because you have such a fantastic set of bells here.
You can start very simply, and then it can become more and more complex. So in the end, you choose your own rate of development and level of complexity, which is very satisfying.
The wonderful thing about it is, in most cathedrals, and certainly in this one, we've got some really good, patient people who put up with the likes of us newcomers, and are really, really encouraging.
Well, the thing that surprised me was that I was able to ring these bells that have actually been here for hundreds of years, and they're part of the fabric of Dublin. And to me, it was like going into a museum and being able to touch the exhibits.
You have to be curious, and we listen to each other, to make sure that we are all playing around. We have to make sure that everybody is on the same page.
It's like, I suppose, driving a car with the right tuition, a little bit of perseverance, and some really supportive, experienced bell ringers. Anybody can learn it, including me.
It starts off to be a science at first, because you have to learn it, and then as you get to more experience and you learn to listen to the sound of your own bell and other people's bells, and you hear all these great experienced ringers, and you realise what a beautiful art it actually is.
It's that sense as well that you're continuing on a tradition like that's centuries years old, and it's really, you feel like you're part of a living history.
Then you get emotionally attached to the place, and once you know the people, you just get linked to this place.
I didn't think I could become a bell ringer, but after a couple of months, you start to get control of your bell, and then you move on from there, and you're able to ring in the band.